Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel and more Birthright here as we continue on now with more of the Rurik realms. Today we're taking a look at, again, a pretty important one, and that is the realm of the White Witch, so the sort of major bad guy or antagonist of the whole Rurik expansion. As you can kind of see, sorry about the glare there, but she's kind of occupying this huge swath of territory in the northern reaches here. So somewhat isolated, but again, her tendrils, her schemes stretch all the way across the region. So, considered lawful evil, obviously not available for PCs. And again, one of the largest domains in the Rurik lands is composed of windswept tundra and cold forests, but is also sparsely populated, as you might expect. The witch rules her domain with an iron hand and controls a far-reaching network of spies, ambassadors, and merchants. So she has quite the collection of provinces there. As you can see, mostly uninhabited. There's several zeros in there, in fact, although that's just fodder for potential sources down the road, but we'll get into that later. But yeah, very sparsely populated, a lot of ones and twos. There is a 4 in there with Mandal, another 3 with Ulu, and then again the rest very minimally populated. But for a potential wizard to take control of some of those sources, that would be a gold mine, but obviously that's going to be a little bit more difficult given the nature of her. The law, as you might expect, what law there is, she controls that with an iron grip. Temples, we see that there, the Church of Karasha, which again is her. And then now, interestingly, also the guilds belong to her, so she basically runs the place and has complete control over the economy, what little there is. Although there's some pretty potent guild sizes there. And then the one source that is there, though, is Olak the Dragon. So we'll figure that out. Now, the White Witch maintains absolute control of all law within her domain. Her soldiers and various humanoid or monstrous minions enforce her will throughout the realm. Although there is one here in Mandal where she actually is leaving that a little bit open, right? Could be a 4. Temples. The witch maintains control of the Great White Church of Carisha, which has temples in Bodin and Ulu, and a single great temple at Mandal. Now, the guilds, a financial genius, the White Witch controls all trade and mercantile activities within her borders and also manages an extensive foreign trade network. So that's kind of what makes her so particularly deadly, is she's actually, unlike a lot of these Anshe realms, does have an outside presence beyond the borders, not just purely for like territorial ambitions, but like a extensive trading network, which really, as far as like for the DM side of things goes, right, should be essentially virtually limitless resources that she has at her disposal. Now the sources, although the White Witch does not herself cast wizardly magic, she keeps a close watch on the potential magical sources in her realm. Recently, a Rurik mage named Olak the Dragon has taken control of one of her sources in Vielle, but she plans to destroy him as soon as possible. Right, just the one source, although it is a pretty hefty source at 4. She is one of the most dangerous individuals in the Highlands. Arrogant, ruthless, and cruel, and powerful. She is a high-level priestess, capable of wielding impressive magics. She's further gifted with natural talents as a leader, financial manager, and mistress of intrigue. So she's kind of just a threat on multiple fronts. Despite her infamy, a considerable amount of confusion and uncertainty remain regarding many aspects of her nature, not the least of which is her actual appearance. Some claim she's a beautiful, kind-hearted young woman without a cruel bone in her body, while others say that she is a withered, ugly creature of hatred and malice. In fact, both are accurate, for she uses magic to change her appearance. We'll eventually get to her in Blood Enemies, although it's down the road. Lieutenants, she really just has a powerful warrior and captain of her elite guard, Hagar. Skilled and loyal, he's a surprisingly honorable man considering who he serves, and he seems to possibly delight in combat with the Bloodskull Orogs, the other sort of major threat of the whole territory. Now, the description of the realm, again, being as far north as it is, harsh and unforgiving even for the northern highlands, the White Witch's realm is a place of permafrost and glaciers in the north, and tundra and forest in the south. The population is light, with small communities dotted here and there, and a few tough Rurik nomads making the treacherous trip from winter camps to summer hunting grounds each year. Now, as a capital, the city of Mandal serves as her capital and shelters several thousand of her subjects. Not much more description there, but DM can come up with a suitable sizable capital for that, but given the realm description, right? Trade goods. So as we might expect, so it exports furs, meat, and a small amount of timber. It imports grains and other staples from the south. So interesting that there are people that do trade with her. Allies, she has numerous trade contacts with nearby lands, but no real political allies, right? No one would really openly ally themselves with her. Enemies, though, she considers everyone outside her borders to be an enemy. With slow, calculating skill, she has absorbed the various unpopulated and independent domains surrounding her realm and has added 7 new provinces in the last 2 decades. Again, really making that just a massive territory up in the far north here, right? So even minus the 7 still would have been a sizable domain, but really just a massive territory now. So that is a quick intro to her. Again, we'll get much more when we cover her as a Anshe when we get to the that section of the Blood Enemies book. But again, a major force here. No real standing army, but again, that could change, certainly, given the sparse population. But certainly works more covertly with her abilities. Again, high-level priestess. They don't really go into that enough here, but again, we'll get that in Blood Enemies. She has that, and again, really just unlike some of the more chaotic Anshe out there that are really just like pure evil, here she's politically adept, runs a church as well, and is financially incredibly savvy. So really has tons of funds, and really no internal opposition here, really, aside from that one mage, and that's really not much of a threat to her. So basically, yeah, any adventuring by the players, they should definitely tread carefully in the realm, but also know or come to know over time in a Rurik campaign that she really would be one of the major threats, and maybe that just is slowly discovered through contacts with her spies, her agents, and all that other stuff all over the Rurik realms, and gradually come to suspect maybe that it is worth doing maybe a little bit of adventuring or information gathering in and around her realm, just to see what really is going on there, but again, at great peril. So and really the players should have to do quite a bit of investigating work to sort of figure out what really is the truth with her, right? Is she in fact just a misunderstood ruler, or is she really this horrible creature as well? So something to investigate for sure. But really the approaches to her realm are also pretty tough, right? To the south are the Bloodskull Orogs, right? So that's going to be a tough one if you want to approach from that end. If you wanted to approach from the west, you'd have to go pretty far north and then go through Hoganmark, which has its own issues. And then from the east is even more perilous, which we'll get to eventually. So let us know, guys, how you have featured the White Witch in your Rurik campaigns. And again, stay tuned. We'll eventually get to her when we cover all the Anshe as well. But definitely the major bad guy for this particular part of the Rurik setting in general, and Birthright as well. So thanks so much for watching. Be sure to like and subscribe, and if you want to see videos like this early, join our Patreon. We have always about a week early or so for our Birthright videos, and also some exclusive Birthright and D&D content as well. So consider supporting us there, and we will see you in the next one.